you guys.
Danny, you guys put on pads today. What was that like to be able to get back and start hitting guys?
It was fun, being in the weight room all winter, putting those pounds on. It was time to get in the pads. I think we suffered a little bit on being in shape running wise, so I think everybody was a little bit gassed, but we'll get back into the swing of things. We'll be all right.
You obviously had the incident earlier in the year. What do you feel like you learned from that and been able to take away to come back out here?
Honestly, I've looked at it as a whole entire learning experience. I'm glad it happened. It taught me a life lesson that I'll know forever, and a lot of the stuff that went on in the media and stuff like that, I tried to block that out, but now we can just focus on playing football and getting past all that.
What do you feel like you learned, and what can you take away to help your football as well?
Probably just to cut the distractions out. That's the biggest thing. Party and all that kind of stuff. That's just a distraction to our football team, to the Tennessee fans and the media and stuff like that. And it's just a big distraction to the whole team, and it takes away from what we're trying to do, and that's win a national championship.
Danny, when you look at the opportunity in front of you as a defensive lineman, with everything that's lost, you've played some. What's in front of you this spring? What are your kind of goals on the field, and to have the opportunity you have right now? What are your goals?
Well, last season I played at the nose, one technique the whole year, and Coach Strip moved me to the three technique this year. So I'm kind of adjusting to that. My goals is to master the three technique, and with the three technique comes a lot of double teams. So practicing on Coach Strip, he teaches us a technique, to play those double teams. And that's really my focus this spring, is to be able to play those, get off those blocks, especially being in the SEC with a lot of power. Power runs and stuff like that. You got to be able to play that double team perfect.
Danny, what did you take from your experience last year? I know you weren't maybe starting, but you got plenty of snaps every game. What did you take from your first year playing in the SEC?
Really, I think I got the jitters out, and I showed myself, in my head, and gave me confidence, that I can go out there and make plays. It just kept driving me to go out and for this year to make even more plays. But the biggest thing is, getting those first snaps in Neyland Stadium and those away stadiums, crazy SEC stadiums. But I just got the jitters out and helped me, move on.
Do you feel like that's going to help you moving forward as you step into a bigger role potentially as a starter?
Definitely.
You've seen these guys on the offensive line for a while, but they're kind of new to some other folks. What do you think of this group without the five that left, leaving them in charge?
Really, just a lot of guys that step up with leadership. Kyler and Marcus have both done a great job doing that. Matt Crowder as well. They learned a lot from the older guys like Zach, Juwan, and Stone and them, and I think they did a really good job in moving forward and taking over the leadership roles and teaching these new young guys how to do things right.
I know they're on the outside.
Said last year the big thing for you is learning to use your hands better. Where do you feel like you've improved that?
Yeah, I worked on that all winter. That was the biggest thing for me is hand punch, hand violence as he calls it, getting better at that and improving on that every day. And I worked a lot on that in the off season, just hand quickness and stuff like that. So, it's my chance to, go out there and actually show what I've, improved on and learned.
Danny, when you were playing last fall, how do you think your strength stacked up against other SEC teams, and how much stronger did you get over winter workouts?
My body wasn't where it needed to be last year. I was young, but I kind of learned that, playing snaps and stuff like that. But, this winter has been huge to me. Coach Lawson, Coach Search in the weight room, they have, last year they transformed my body before camp. This year they did it again. I put on, I think, 14 pounds of muscle. That's what the BodPod said. And my squat went from 505 last summer to 615. So, they got my squat up huge. And I think this summer, I'm really going to try to focus on getting my bench up. So that's another area I need, help in.
Could you feel it today, even though, first day in pads? Could you feel the difference in your lower body strength-wise today?
My get off, I could just, feel the pop off of it, and just the snap. I felt it a lot.
How good of a feeling is that compared to the battles you had to try to get through last year?
Yeah, it felt great. Like I said, it keeps giving me more confidence. That's just something, it's got to keep improving. By the end of the summer, I don't want to stop my squat at 615. I want to be in the 700s. So. Just keep improving is the biggest thing.
Which guys appear to be the early leaders on this defensive line?
Defensive line, Jordan Williams, he's definitely stepped up, and he's been bringing us along, this whole offseason and stuff like that. And I myself am trying to emerge as a leader. Corey Marine, we're all just kind of sticking together and doing the right things, teaching these new young guys, especially in the summer when even more young guys get in. I think that's going to be big, is our leadership and just teaching guys how to do things the right way.